Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking back in. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome. And this video is about Donald Trump and all these executive orders that this man has signed. I mean, I'm just going to get right into it, okay? Because I am so frustrated, okay? This campaign just seemed to me to be about, I think the only thing anybody heard on this campaign, all his supporters heard, was deportation, mass deportation. And he said, I'm going to get all these illegal immigrants out of here, and I'm going to lower the price of eggs, and I'm going to bring all these jobs back to America. But have you guys noticed what he's doing since he's been in office? It seems to me that he's actually alienating this country. He's putting tariffs on people. He is doing those mass deportations, which is affecting farmers in this country. The construction industry is being affected. The service industry is being affected. And he's pissing off all these other countries, telling them that he's going to put tariffs on everything, making stuff more expensive for us. It just seems like he wants to alienate our allies and set this country by itself. Like just we're not gonna have no friends after he's done. And in my opinion, it's just making the country more ripe for takeover. Okay, somebody's gonna come in this country and start some mess, because we're not gonna have no allies. I mean, that's my opinion. What do you think? Because nothing that he's doing right now is helping anybody but the rich people. Okay, their stocks and their investments and all these things seem to be going up astronomically. Elon Musk made what, $70 billion since this administration's been in office, since he won? I mean, that don't do nothing for us. But does he need any more money? I really don't think he does. Okay, so if you guys aren't aware, President Trump signed 26 executive orders into law the first day he was there. And he just did that on day one. And he also rescinded 78 executive orders that Joe Biden had in place. So everything that the last administration did just pretty much got wiped out. And he came in, with guns blazing and just put his own stuff in place. And some of those orders, I mean, they're kind of ridiculous. One of those orders pardons all of the January 6th people who were convicted of crimes and who had trials pending. He pardoned all of them. So he's supposed to be the law and order president. That's what he was saying, at least during his last administration he was. But it's okay to let all these people go who clearly broke the law. I mean, did you see these people scaling the walls and breaking the windows and stuff? I mean, these people did not look stable to me. They looked like they had some problems. And they were all convicted of a crime. And some of them had cases pending. And he got rid of all of that. So they're out and about. So you better watch out for some of them. One of the other executive orders that he signed was an executive order to eliminate DEI programs in the federal workforce and in federal contracting and spending. So his administration is not going to be doing any kind of DEI. If you don't know, DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. So it's basically a way of just making sure that every group of people that's in this country is fairly represented, when it comes to hiring and getting opportunities and jobs. And he wants no parts of that in the federal government. And I mean, I have no problem with people getting jobs, because he wanted to rescind that, and he said it's going to be based on merit now. So it's just based on people's qualifications and whether or not they're capable of doing the job. And that's fine. I mean, that sounds really good in theory, right? That's what you want. Okay, I'm sorry about that. My husband is here and he's doing something downstairs, so sorry about that. But that's what you want. You want people in those jobs who are capable of doing them. Sounds great. The problem with that is that if you look at the history of this country, usually most of the people that are in the executive ranks and that own the companies are from one group of people in this country. And history shows that if the government does not step in, those people tend to hire mostly other people from the same group. They're just not really capable of looking at people who don't look like them for the same opportunities. So that's one reason why the Equal Opportunity Employment Act was started. That is Executive Order 11246. And it was created because of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which, let me tell you, requires non-discriminatory practices and affirmative action in the hiring process and employment of employees who are U.S. government contractors who do over $10,000 in government business a year. So it was actually a part of the Civil Rights Act, and it allows, again, different groups of people to be considered for these government contracting jobs, just so that everybody can get a fair shot at opportunity. But he does not want any of that. So he actually repealed that. So that is one of the executive orders that he repealed, and it's no longer a thing. So that will not be done in the government anymore. And he also wants to instruct his agencies to aggressively stop that from being done in the private sector. So they want to go after companies who are doing, who have DEI programs in place, and they want them to cut it out too. So they just, they just don't want equal opportunity anywhere. At least that's what it seems like. And what is that going to mean? That's going to mean you're going to see fewer people of color getting jobs, and companies are basically going to go back to being majority white, okay? And especially in executive ranks. Actually, my husband just made a good point too. He pointed out that, was it really working in the first place? Because if you go and look at some of these companies and look up their executive ranks, you don't see too many of us in there, if you see any of us at all. It's all the executive ranks seem to be one group of people. Now, in the lower, managerial ranks, you may see, more people of color for companies that were pushing diversity. But in the executive ranks, nah, son, you're not seeing that. So, when it comes to that, it wasn't really making that much of a difference anyway. But I just think it's going to get worse. We're just going to get fewer and fewer opportunities. And where is that going to leave us? It's going to be a financial hardship for a lot of people if you can't find work, if you can't find decent paying jobs that you're capable of doing, but just constantly being overlooked.
I was just coming up with compliments you can give to awesome people, like this one. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're a Google. That's high praise.
Okay, now see, that's a problem too. Somebody need to do a video on that, because that ain't right. That ain't right. I'm just saying. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think it's going to have a negative impact on our community? Do you think it's going to have a negative impact overall on the country? Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave them down in the comments below. And again, don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video, because I know there's going to be so much more to talk about with this administration. See y'all.